We all know it's been what, 2 decades since the last time we won a Premier League title. Or in a local man term, as we say, it's been 2 decades since I saw your armpit. So when you raise a title, your armpit shows, right? But I noticed that we're so tense, right? The entire fan base are tense, or it's just there is this vitriol all around the fan base. Win, lose, or draw, good performance, bad performance, complete performances, incomplete performance. There is this lack of joy. There is this lack of hopefulness. There's a trepidation that we're going to fail. But with great power comes great responsibility. We're putting ourselves under the pressure, on the spotlight, because we're trying to win. And we're trying to win something that we've lost the ability or the feeling of how it feels to win it. Like every other thing in life, you learn how to walk for the first time, you learn how to ride a bicycle for the first time. The first time you go in a car to drive, if you haven't driven a car in a long time, if you haven't rode a bicycle or a horse for a long time, there's a feeling of, am I gonna fall? Am I gonna fail? Especially when you fall or fail when you do it for the first time. But we need to trust. We need to trust in the establishment. I know the establishment has failed us for a while now, but we need to put our faith in our leaders. And who are the leaders of Arsenal right now? The Stan Kroenke is his son Josh Edu, Permatasaka, who represents the academy exceptionally with class, and Mikel. I know me and Mikel are not on first name basis, but he's a young manager and is a magnificent ambassador of the club, a former captain, and he's just a person. This personality, I've taken liking to it. It looks like someone who has the best interest of the club at heart. Now, there's been a lot of conversations in circles about the tactical changes Mikel has been making, or people mocking his press conference. That's fine. I thought what he explained in his press conferences were pretty straightforward. He said there's it's basically more than one way to skin a cat, right? It's the truth. There's more than one route to get between here to my job or from my job to get back home, right? And he explained it in his own way of knowing how to explain it. But the point I'm trying to make is it's so easy to criticize, right? Difficult to win. I understand the comparison is Manchester City at our best, at Arsenal's football club's best, greatest phase in our entire history. We have never won as many titles as this current iteration of Manchester City. They will go down in folklore. They will go down as probably one of the greatest teams that was ever assembled. Yeah, this great Liverpool team that has won only one league title in 30 years. They snapped one league title from this juggernaut of a team. They snapped it. And they had to be almost perfect. I don't think we necessarily have to be perfect. We just need to have more points than Man City at the end of the season. Simple. If we keep our nerves last season and injuries go our way, we just need to have one more point, right? If there's half more point than City, that's fine. But today, that's beside the way. Today, the conversation is about winning and enjoying the winning and looking at the games, not about what is going to happen, what is my friend going to say, am I going to be bantered? Enjoying the moment, engrossing yourself, your family, your loved ones in those beautiful moments, those nuances. The conversation between Mikel and Martin Odegaard after we consider the goal, for example, which is something I want to share with you guys. I think that was lost on most people. That right there is something most people just missed, right? The novel, which is considered a goal. I get it. But you also need to live and enjoy it. Enjoy the moment, enjoy the imperfections. That's only when you can enjoy the perfections. That's only when you can enjoy the fluid move from front to back that created that chance for Martin Odegaard to slot up. That is our technical leader. So I appreciate and I know for a fact that we're going to lose games. We're so good right now that we're going to win most games. Now, the difference between winning and losing right now at this stage of our development is delicately poised, right? It's very, very thread lines, right? That separates you becoming champion of the Premier League, champion of Europe. We have the players. We kind of have the squad. I mean, defensively, I think we're still short, but I think the plan, when you look at it, is to look at the squad for what, 4 or 5 months up until December, January. And going to the January window, if we need to add something, 30 million pounds here and there, we find somebody on the market that can help us, that can push us, that can give us that level, right? So we can't completely criticize. We can't say, oh, we look different from last season. Of course, we're going to look different from last season. The team has changed. The team is constantly evolving. Personnels have changed, and you need to adapt to new personnels. I would understand people criticizing Mikel and saying he's bought a problem for himself in Kai Havertz, right? And some of the criticism at Kai is justified. But we don't necessarily have a player of the profile of Kai in our squad currently. Yeah, we have players who can deliver in another way. But the coach is trying Kai to do so, to be the player who gets arrive late into the box, who crashes the box, who is the second man when balls arrives into the box, right? You can see in a couple of games that he's been playing, he's been arriving there against, was it Fulham, the cross from Bukayo Saka. That was just a simple tapping. He missed it by a couple of centimeters. Against Manchester United, right in front of the 6 yard, nice control, shimmies the ball, like poor finish. This guy's confidence is on an absolute floor. His confidence is rubbish. So now I think Mikel is backing himself to review this player and to get the best out of a player who still has the prime of his life in front of him. It's an arduous task for most people, but I think Mikel backs himself. Now, is this going to be something that's going to make or mar our season? I don't necessarily think so. We have Fabio Vieira, who is looking sharp. This is a player that was absolutely criticized as rubbish, waste of money. Why don't we buy Yuri Tillemans? Yuri Tillemans can't even start for Aston Villa. I think people have very short memories. Yuri Tillemans can't start in the midfield of Camara and, well, what's the TM's that we try to sign? He can't play in that midfield. If you can't play for Aston Villa, how can you play for the greater Arsenal? Most Arsenal fans, oh, Yuri Tillemans, we should get Yuri Tillemans. Yuri Tillemans. Football doesn't work that way, right? My approach for this summer was to get a player like Szoboszlai, to get a player, a final thought player. But the profile Mikel was looking for was totally different. He wants a player that can crash the box. Can Emmy Smith Rowe do this? Yes. Is it fit right now? No. Or we don't know. We don't know the work that is going on behind this thing. But it looks like Emil is being eased in, right? He has a horrible injury record. So he's a player that would need to be eased in gradually. He's a player that you don't want to throw into the deep end and is giving rubbish performances, and now his confidence is on the floor. Maybe the plan will be to ease off Kai Havertz, get Fabio Vieira some starts because he's been absolutely magnificent for us, right? He looks like a final third player. He's giving me the Bruno Fernandez vibes. Like he's a player that just looks up and he has the innate ability to pick a pass. The two passes he gave Eddie against Fulham, incredible. The assist and there's the ball. They just looked up, wow, bent the ball around the defenders. It's just incredible. Then the pass he gave to Gabriel. So he's had what, two assists in two games off the bench, 15, 20 minutes off the bench, and he's been very excellent for us. Maybe the plan will be ease off Kai, let him sit on the bench, play Fabio Vieira, and bring up Kai the last 15, 20 minutes of the games. When people are slower, when people are a little bit lethargic, maybe he can do something. Let's talk about other news when it comes to Arsenal. Look at that. Look at that emotion. My manager. Look at that. He was losing his head. He was absolutely gassed. The feeling, the euphoria, the energy that it transmits. You can't coach that. You can't learn that. It's in it. It's what you have in you. Look at that. Today is just vibes, guys. Yeah, right. Look at that. Look at Schmeichel. Schmeichel was smug and he was like angry. You can say it. Look at that. Look at my uncle. Incredible sense, man. Incredible. I wish I was there. I was absolutely buzzing. Now, Bukayo Saka, happy birthday, 22nd birthday. He's getting to his absolute prime. Not even his present attacker, he has time. But as a winger, I need him to produce. I love this dude, man. He's with my Nigerian brother. He's got the world at his feet. He just won what the player of the young player of the year, Premier League young player of the year, and he also won England player of the season or England player of the year as a case may be. Magnificent footballer. He's not started the season well. It seems like Saka doesn't start the season well every time. And he already has what, 2 goals, 2 assists? 2 goals, 2 assists with all the criticism. Come on, guys. We're still winning. And we're not playing poorly. We're playing better than 80% of the teams in this league. And we're still in gear one, gear zero, if you think about it. We seem to get Zinchenko. Zinchenko didn't have any precision. Hopefully, I don't know if he's going to go on international break. Hopefully not. He has 2 weeks to get himself absolutely fit for the season. Tomiyasu has not had enough games this season. Gabriel has barely played this season for us. Trossard has barely played. You can't put that at the managers. He played Trossard against Fulham. It was rubbish, and it was our best player in preseason. These things happen. Players are going to gather momentum as the season come along. Bukayo Saka is going to improve steadily, and you're going to see that monster that we want to see. We want to see him from December upwards. Give us that monster. Bring on that beast. That player was going to take on 2-3 players and just create space. Gabriel Jesus has barely played. He's played, what, 20 minutes this season. In his first game off the bench this season, he scored a goal. Look at that. That's his talent. That is street football right there. Ability to beat a man. He came on, Evans was dead, straight up. Immediately Jesus came on, it's just more space. There's more space. There's more space for the midfielders. There's more space for the wingers. It's just there's some players who transmit the energy, who transmit determination. Who are our technical leaders? The Zinchenko. Sometimes you see them right midfield, left central midfield, left back, right back. It was everywhere. He covered every blade of the grass. Bukayo Saka, I wish you the best. Happy birthday, man. Eddie Nketiah. Nketiah in the room. You're the fast in trouble. Nketiah in the room. You're the fast in trouble. That guy. Straight up, jacked up, man. That's a full-grown man. 24 years old Nketiah. Beast. First England call-up. His confidence is sky high. Absolute sky high. He will run through a break for Mikel Arteta because he's giving him ample opportunities. He's believed in him. You don't know what belief can do to a young man. Can propel you to greatness. If you have somebody who absolutely believes in you and you are absolutely ready to grind, that is what you get there. It's not a finished product. I see Nketiah as somebody who is a late bloomer. He's a player that can be 25, 26 years old, so I start banging in 20 goals a season. I just have a feeling about players like this. He always grinds. You can never accuse Nketiah of not fighting. And that is the bare minimum. And most players know at the bare minimum. So Eddie, all the best, man. Hopefully you get some games. Hopefully you get some games. Now, my man, rice, arroz, iresi, different languages, different words for the word rice. Declan Rice. Are you not entertained? What more do you need? What more do you want from me, from a record signing? 1.5 million pounds British transfer record, absolute monster of a midfielder. I was hearing murmurs that, oh, is he going to be able to play the lone six? That he's never played it. He's played for West Ham. Rubbish. Rubbish. What do you think? We've been tracking this guy for what, a year and a half to say he can't play six alone. It's terrific. Yeah, it's not like Thomas Partey. Thomas Partey is elegant. Elegant. Absolutely elegant footballer. Thomas Partey. This guy doesn't need to be elegant. The skill that Busquets is going to do, turn on the sixpence, is going to frustrate. You're going to get the same result. His athleticism knows no bounds, man. Like he mops everywhere. Tackles Casemiro, comes out with the ball. Tackles Fernandez, comes off with the ball. He's just incredible, man. I didn't need to see that goal to say that, okay, we've signed a gem. I saw it within the 90 minutes of that game. I saw it. Controlled aggression. Most players who are aggressive don't have controlled aggression. This guy snaps into tackles, 50-50, he's coming off with the ball. Come on. What else do you need? He runs with the ball. He drives into the midfield, drives into space. Thomas Partey doesn't have that. So that's a plus on him. That's a plus on Declan Rice. And now, for the first time in what, 3 or 4 years, Thomas is injured. And we're not like irate. We're not losing our heads. We're not losing our minds. Do you know how crazy it is? We just lost 2 of our best midfielders from last season. 2 of the best central midfielders in the Premier League last season, in Granit Xhaka leaving and Thomas Partey now injured. And Thomas Partey hasn't even played central midfield this season. He's been playing auxiliary right back, who comes into midfield. We're not thinking about it, really. That's the fulcrum of our team. That's the base of our midfield. Just pulled under us. Thomas Partey and Granit playing against Manchester United last season at the Emirates Stadium. They're not here. Look at that performance. Monstrous performance. Absolute gem of a player. Now, this right here is an article for Daily Mail, Mail Online, the UK, about Ramsdale losing his number 1. I don't know. This immediately after we won a game, these people are out here printing something about Mikel not trusting Ramsdale. Like, these people never change. I should be giving coverage to things like this because they've gotten so many things wrong. But he says it remains to be seen when Arteta decides to make a change in goal. But Raya is said to have deeply impressed the training season, however, particularly with his ability to accurately play out from the defense. If he doesn't play before, Raya's first opportunity to arrive in the Carabao Cup, these are things that we know already. We signed Raya because we think it's good enough to challenge Ramsey for a starting berth. We didn't sign him just to come sit on the bench. We didn't sign the player for £3 million on loan. It's to make it mandatory, you have to pay what, £30 million. That's not why we signed him. We signed him because we think it fits the profile of a player that we need, and we need someone to challenge our number 1. Because our young 1 2 is a young goalkeeper who is kind of prone to being erratic. So we're trying to steady his head. Hopefully,